We're going to begin, though, with the new problems for the Justice Department in the criminal case against former FBI director, that would be James Comey. So it's being prosecuted by a Trump-appointed U.S. attorney. Her name is Lindsay Halligan. She, by the way, has never tried a criminal case, and that has a lot of people talking. A federal judge in Virginia wrote, there appears to be a, quote, disturbing pattern of profound investigative missteps that may have, quote, tainted the grand jury process. He's saying a lot. He ordered all grand jury materials handed over to Comey's team. Now, Comey has pleaded not guilty to the charges that he gave false statements to Congress back in 2020. Scott McFarlane is back. We like when that happens to break it all down with us. Scott, we're making you work today. You come into town and say, Scott, we need you 2 times.
A lot going on.
There is a lot going on. Why is this such a big deal?
This case, this historic case against a former FBI director, is hanging by a thread. It could collapse, and it could collapse soon. The judge has done something that even the judge said is extraordinary and rare. Ordered the Department of Justice to hand over the grand jury materials from what happened behind closed doors in September when Comey was indicted, saying he's got concerns about what happened there, that he's worried Comey's rights were violated. He listed like a dozen things he thought may be problematic. 2 of them are what the prosecutor said to the grand jury, suggesting, the judge says, that Comey wouldn't have to testify or would have to testify. That's up to James Comey, not to the prosecutor to decide. And also that there be more, better evidence still to come in the case. The judge says that is not a suggestion that should be made to a grand jury. He's got concerns, he wants answers, and it could require the grand jury materials to be handed over to a criminal defendant.
What more can you tell us about the prosecutor in this case?
Lindsay Halligan was a White House...
Is she part of the problem, too, here?
Well, she's the one named here because she was the one in the grand jury room. She was the one making the case. Lindsay Halligan, 2 months ago, was a White House aide, a Trump aide. This is her first ever job as a federal prosecutor. This would be potentially her first ever case, and there's concerns what's happening with the grand jury. This could metastasize into a different problem. Lindsay Halligan's also the prosecutor handling the case of Letitia James. The New York Attorney General, Letitia James, Gayle, Nate, and Tony, has raised questions about Lindsay Halligan's performance on her case.
Why not assign someone that probably has a little more, not probably, but has
her
more,
first case,
that does have more experience for a case this big?
There was a Trump-appointed U.S. attorney in Virginia who was to handle this case. He did not move forward with it. He was ousted, and Lindsay Halligan was installed by the Trump administration in his place for, among other things, to handle the case of James Comey and Letitia James.